obviously a wild one to say the least. Just maybe just take me through the Durant Nurkić screen and roll and what you saw with that.
Yeah, I mean, there was really a lot of plays down the stretch that helped us pull this one out. I was just proud of how our guys rallied. We got down in the overtime and could have given up on the game or lost confidence, but we stayed the course and believed in what we were doing. Kev got a good shot late, and I didn't watch the replay yet, but Nurk with the putback was just a huge play. I think KBD's play on DeRozan at the end of regulation, to get a stop. We love what he brings to the table with that matchup, and I felt like our guys really trusted the pass throughout the night. They were bringing heavy double teams to Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal all night, and those guys really moved the basketball, resulted in 19 made threes on the backside, and trust the pass and then reward the pass by knocking down shots. So, just a good team win.
Curious with Bradley, just your assessment of him tonight.
Yeah, he was good in stretches, and you could tell he was a little bit rusty in stretches, which is to be expected. A difficult opponent, right? Because we're playing him, honestly, in a way that it's tough to get a rhythm. If we're going to keep him at a certain amount of minutes, and not have him sit over there for 12 minutes game time and 25 minutes real time and have the back tighten up. It's a lot of in and out. So it was just the nature of trying to keep his minutes low. But I really loved how he competed, and we're 1-0 with Bradley Beal in the lineup, so that's a good thing.
Did he come out of it clean or no?
As far as I know, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you speak to, as you kind of mentioned with Dwayne, the second side activity? You saw some exit screens and then we saw some lifting and shaking and things like that on the second side?
Yeah, well, that's what, you have to punish double teams, whether it's in the post or, whether they're double teaming his pick and rolls all night. We have a way that we want to space, and certain cutters that are designated cutters, and certain shooters that are shooters. And we did a really good job executing that in most situations. The only difficulties we really had was handling some of their pressure. This is the number one team in the league in forcing turnovers, and it created some problems for us. So credit to the Bulls for playing a good basketball game, but we were able to punish most of those double teams.
The starting unit in 12:38 of play was plus 20. Can you just kind of speak to what you saw from that unit specifically and what Bradley infused into it in terms of movement and screening and things like that?
Yeah, well, Bradley Beal is one of the best players in the NBA. You know what I mean? So he immediately gives that group a lift. And, I just like the way they played. Grayson played really well. Nurk was sharing the basketball when they were delivering the ball to him in the pocket. Keita-based Diop was a really good matchup for us with DeMar DeRozan because of his length. And, Kevin Durant's Kevin Durant. So it was a strong performance by those guys.
Talking about trusting the pass, Grayson Allen getting 8 threes, that's strictly a product of that, right? You think?
That's right. But if guys are not aggressive at backside shooters, you're not rewarding the guy that's trusting. So, we always say trust the pass, but reward the pass as well with good spacing and shooting the ball with confidence.
The turnovers, was that a matter of the Bulls? I know what the Bulls bring as far as the pressure, but were they speeding you guys up, or was it you guys being maybe more careless than normal?
No, I think it was. I credit the Bulls, honestly. I mean, there were some careless possessions, like there always is in a 48-minute game. But the way they defend, they gamble. You know what I mean? And they're going to gamble all over the floor, and they're either going to force a turnover or give up a backside three. You know what I mean? So it's just the nature of how they play. Credit them for playing extremely hard, but we did enough to get the W.
So Booker got a little bit of work in pregame. Is that obviously A, good sign? B, how close is he to getting back on the floor?
Making progress, but no firm timetable yet.
On a minutes limit, but any debate or you try to get us something today in the fourth quarter overtime?
Yeah, the discussions with the minutes restriction was that with a back injury, we were not going to mess around with any type of overtime situation. That was determined this morning, or yesterday afternoon, actually, and. So when we got there, we knew what we had to do.
You had 2 minutes, though. It's like maybe you saved a couple, at least for the end of regulation, right?
Yes, yeah. So we scripted it out so he would get to where he got with 2 or 3 minutes to play, and be able to be in there and close because he's trying to get to 20, 24 minutes or so, in that range. It's tough. It's tough to do while letting the guy try to get a rhythm. So there's all these talks. I mean, we saw the Clippers start. Kawhi Leonard sat the whole first half and use them all in the second. There's a lot of ways to do it. We could have played him in the first and shut him down. You know, it's just an imperfect situation, but we try to stretch it out and have him available down the stretch.
Turnover he had with you, and he said, "We asked KD what he said." So what did you tell him after that? The turnover that led to the three, for him to go for an overtime where you were posting up.
Oh yeah. He said that DeMar was coming over to try to get the steal, and I was trying to like, yo, just pass it quick. If you come over double, I'm gonna get off of it. But you know, just time it. I mean, I trust Nurkić to make those passes, and sometimes we're not gonna be on the same page every time. That's just basketball, you know. So we was able to convert that last play. You know, that trap, and he rolled to the rim, and now it's a small at the rim. He just finished over the small, and I think all night we had that connection. We didn't finish every time, but we finished when we needed it.
You've had that with him probably throughout the start of the season, but how good was it to have it when you really needed it?
Yeah, I mean, teams are going, especially late, especially the second half, fourth quarter. A lot of teams are just going to be like, you know what, we're going to get the ball out of our hands and try to make somebody else beat us. And, Vucevic was committing so hard in the pick and roll, and I felt like we got open shot after open shot every time down. And we just stuck with that play. And Rep was able to finish. He made some good reads too as well. And he had 8 assists. And but the team will play that aggressive and all our defense as far as pressing, switching, trapping and double teaming. We got to play simple and make the right reads, and tonight we did.
How tough is Caruso? I mean, I know he gets under you.
I was more so worried about the whole team. I feel like I can get to my spots a lot, but I just worry about the help coming, the extra help coming, and I'm not catching in the post where he's too small. So, I can hit him a double team as soon as I catch the ball. So I just try to make the right play. I could have forced more shots over time. I took 20-some shots, but I felt like we were generating good looks on that backside every time. And we just didn't convert a few, but we was able to knock down. Cater hit a huge three in the corner and cut it to the line, and then we got to stop. And we was able to score again off the same action. Pick and roll, they trapped, we got a layup.
What's your feel out there with playing with Brad for the first time? How do you feel like he changed on the floor?
Well, just somebody else the defense is scared of, somebody that can score all 3 levels. Brad going downhill is a problem. So as much as we can get him going downhill and also just setting him up in the ISO so he can beat his man and create force is good. So tonight he's got his feet wet. He's on a restriction minute-wise, but as he comes off of that, he's going to be more and more confident. We just got to give him the ball more, to be honest.
Kevin, going back to Cruz, obviously no one player can guard you one-on-one, but he has a reputation for making it tough on the challenge, taking the challenge against players like yourself. What does he do to make things tough or difficult for offensive players?
First of all, just his mentality, just a hard worker that's going to do all that he can for his teammates, great teammate. That stuff right there, just a great teammate and you play hard, that makes up for a lot of mistakes. And tonight he got his hands on the basketball. He was able to knock down threes. That takes him to another level as a player when he can knock down the 3-ball like he did tonight and create off the dribble like he did tonight. He's a phenomenal player, I don't even want to call him a role player, but just a guy that you can plug with any lineup, and he will make the right reads, the right plays on the defense and offensive side. And boys are lucky to have him.
Billy just credited you for creating a lot of the Suns threes, just passing it. What did you see from the Bulls defense that allowed you to do that?
Yeah, just been playing the Bulls, been in the Eastern Conference the last 3 years. I got a feel for how Billy likes to guard me. A lot of the time when I like to catch him in my spots, it's going to be a quick double, pick and rolls, ISOs. It's going to be double team, pick and rolls, a little bit of zone behind me if I'm playing ISO. So I just try to make the right reads. I've turned the ball over a few times, but I'm going to turn the ball over when the whole team's guarding me. Sometimes I feel like I could have took some shots that I passed up, but for the most part, we generated good looks, and I think we shot 50 threes tonight, 48 threes, and Coach loves that when we get up threes. And a lot of them weren't just end of the clock bad shots. It was a lot of them off our offense, and we was able to find some guys open. And we made them when we needed to.
Grayson benefited from that probably more than anybody. He had a career high 8 threes.
Yeah, Grayson can tee it up from anywhere. A lot of those shots felt like they were over in contest, but a few of them felt open as well. And him and Erica, knocking down deep threes like that to spread the defense is only key for us. So I love the pull-up 3 that he shot early in, I think, the third quarter. So I just love when guys are aggressive to look for their shot, and that's going to open it up for everybody, and Grayson was that tonight.
Hey, it felt like the spacing obviously off the pick and roll was solid today, but it felt like even better was the spacing off of the post play. Can you just kind of speak to what you saw the pass on a lot of those scenarios?
Yeah, I just we've been working on that a lot. It's like, I like to catch the ball in the post. I like to catch it close to the rim. But teams going all out double like that without a dribble, without me going into my moves, as soon as I catch it, I think we're gonna have any shot that we want. And if you doubling from the top like that, that's a quick shot for that guy, that quick one pass, but he can also swing and find a guy in the corner. So we make them rotate, make them scramble. We got such good players. It's tough to play scramble defense in this league. So, we kept it simple, threw the ball in the post, they doubled, and we found a shot.
Can you speak to what you see from Nurkić in terms of connecting, playing off of the advantage created by you and Brad?
Yeah, I mean, Nurkić, great passer, great finisher. Can make those reads out the double team, and it's on us to continue to trust him in those situations. And we're all figuring each other out. There's a lot of passes and a lot of plays that were right there that we could have made that they might have got a hand on a basketball, but we had good intentions, and we continue to play through Nurk, especially when we getting a lot of pressure, then we can get easy baskets and scores as well. So it's good to have somebody that can make those plays, that can finish, and just play tough.
Thank you, sir.
Good. It held up. I mean, obviously we're being precautionary with the minutes and all that. I felt good.
Coach was saying they already had determined that if the game went to overtime, you wouldn't play. Did you know about that determination?
Yeah, I know. It was a little frustrating, but it's life. I'm glad we pulled up and win. That's why we have a great team and a lot of depth. Makes me a mentality. Guys step up and make big plays.
Hit some shots early. I thought that got you going on the rhythm. And what did you feel like maybe got you out of it after that?
I don't know. It was a little bit of a lot of stuff. I won't talk about my favorite refs out there, but it was a little scruffle. It was a little tough. The spacing wasn't good. We got to work out a few kinks, but for the most part, I loved every shot I had, minus my little hand grenades. But
At the end of the
like those joints. But I mean, for the most part, my catch and shoots felt great. Free throws were good. And my basket attacks were cool. Finding guys, so it's a lot to build on. Not mad at all.
Can you speak to just the level of spacing that you bring in terms of to the starting lineup, and in addition to that, the movement and then the screening in addition to all that?
Yeah, I mean, you got to respect everybody on the floor. I try to be a three-level scorer, and I think that makes the floor that much more space, and gives guys like Hay and Book gets back just more opportunities of just having space to create and operate. You got to really respect everybody out there on the floor. Especially when Grayson's out there, you got EG out there, like guys who can really shoot and put it on the floor. You got to pick your poison, So I'm just happy that I'm able to fill in that void. For sure.
What was it like going through what you went through just to get back out on the floor? That time of not only not playing, but dealing with something that is tricky to get over.
Yeah, it's frustrating, and it is tricky. I mean, one, I've never had a back injury, so I don't really know how to approach it. I don't really know how to deal with it, and in most cases, and it's a fine line between you don't want to push through something that can make it worse, and is it something that you may have to push through. So it's like I have no idea type thing, and we're kind of approaching it like it's a day to day, and just treating it as best we can.
How much was Saturday's workout a turning? Maybe not a turning point, but a point where you were like, okay, I got through that. Now
every workout was different. I would have good days, bad days. In terms of recovery and how I felt afterwards. And I think that was the biggest challenge. Like I can push through any workout. I can be hard-headed and go play 30 minutes when I'm probably not supposed to. But how I feel after that, probably not the greatest. So that's why I lean on our staff and our doctors. To kind of be the voice for me. Because I'll be hard-headed and get out there and play, and that probably won't be the best thing. So. There's a lot of times they just tell me to sit down and just be smart about it.
Have you had to learn that as you become a veteran in your career?
100%. I've learned that a lot in DC. Just as much as you want to be out there and help your team win and contribute, you got to really protect yourself and look at the big picture and just be smart about things. You don't want come back one game and then that sets you back a few more games. That's a little bit more frustrating. So. It's a fine line, but I think we got a good approach to it.
I mean, we see guys who sort of
push themselves too hard, come back too soon, and then there's a setback. And it's like you think of them as a gamer, but it doesn't do the team anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's life. I mean, we're all human beings. At the end of the day, us as humans, we all have a different mentality. Everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to contribute, and I think that's everybody's mentality. But in terms of playing through injuries, like that's just a testament to guys just wanting to be a part of the team, wanting to be out there. You know, so sometimes it's not smart, but you never fault the player for doing that. You know, he wants to get out there and compete with his team. Guys, let it happen.
How curious are you to see?
Last play where you got for the game-winning shot, maybe just speak to working with Kevin and getting that look.
I mean, I should do that like last probably 5 possessions. Try to make a right play. Sometimes overthinking, you know, people pull over and maybe I should have done it before, but I was just, you know, tired of making mistake in a certain way, like turnover. I'm like, this time you go finish and turn out well.
Curious, speaking of one of the turnovers that led to Russo's 3, what was said after that maybe got you guys back on track?
Katie, you can ask him what he told me.
I'm assuming that wasn't a pleasant
It is what it is, man. I have no bad feeling about it, the ego, so we're in the same page. I want to win, and, you know, I think certain position is so new and trying to figure out, you know, the Beal first game and not having reps and in games is, you know, one thing sometimes, but we understand as players that it's not going to be perfect. But as long as we win the game, you know, we can work on everything else.
Is this one of your better games, you feel like? Maybe your best game so far?
Phoenix?
Yes.
I don't look at that way, man.
Okay.
Just looking, you know, play my role as good as I can. Honestly, it's always good when you play good and when you can't win. But, you know, if I play bad and can't win, I'm still happy, man. So at this point, it's going to be so much easier for me when they're back, especially with the book and building system. Like I told you in the beginning, I'm super excited to play with our full strength. But it's interesting when you have them out there, it's already like better, like spacing and you know, just the team, different reactions.
You have 15 assists in the last 2 games. Is that something that you've talked to Coach about specifically going out there?
They got me for that reason here, man. I feel like, and you should know, man. They wanted me out here to facilitate, and I think I can, you know, through my career I was doing that. So maybe I will not be happy with 6 turnovers like tonight, but I definitely know what I'm capable of passing the ball. But as a new team, new coaching staff, like pretty much like new organization, with new owner and everything, it's going to take some time. But you know, I would like to meet, and everybody should be better with turnovers.
Can you speak to just the value that your playmaking ability on the short ball just brings, especially as a compliment to the spacing that you all have?
I mean, just think about that. We don't have a Booker yet. The guy who scored 32. I don't know, man. Sometimes it's so disappointing for me we're not healthy, but at the same time I know how much we can be better. And when you have a star like that coming to be, you know, in your probably next few games, whatever that is, and I'm really looking forward to that. You know, we're going to be full strength for a certain stretch to see what we, you know, how we look like, and the turnover spot. And we have a Brad like that, we can handle the ball and stuff. So we should be better with that, but definitely, you know, it's easier life for me.
And you guys are mixing up the coverages and pick and roll a little bit more over the last 2 games. Can you just speak to the field with your navigators and screens, just what the chemistry is right now?
We got to be better. We're listening and honor the calls, but the coach and coaching staff doing a great job, you know, with the game plans. And as long as we, you know, apply what they want us to do, we're in a good shape. You know, sometimes we slip with weirds like switch, you know, shooting, you know, bigs. Can be a little tricky, like when we don't execute the way we want. But you know, the office, you know, when you have opportunity to mix it, totally different defenses, that's a good.